Boy, oh boy. That was one tough game to watch, man. Oh, after the first, I don't know, 30 minutes of play, we were absolutely dominating possession, creating opportunities, chances left, right, center. But like typical fashion, we don't take a chance and score the goals when we create the opportunities to score them, and we just make average goalies look like prime Neuer. Like Brad Stuver he really didn't even have to do too much, but every time he needed to make a save, it was clear that he was going to, until the game was completely out of hand. But the ref was pretty poor tonight, but I don't want to make it solely on that. I mean, the VAR decision for the second goal for the penalty is absolutely abysmal. How Dabasi gets his foot stepped on yet is fouled. Not to mention how we had an advantage. They don't call the playback after we lose the advantage, literally right as they call the advantage, which means there's no advantage. So the play should be called back for a foul. The play continues and then goes to the penalty, which was not a penalty. Dabasi gets all ball, regardless of any. Yeah, it was just completely lack of VAR usage. I don't know why it exists. If it takes that long, it should be getting looked at. Just absolutely piss poor decision making from the VAR and the referee, and the ref was absolutely abysmal all night, allowing fouls to go on. Yeah, just should have been some more yellows. It's just the consistency of the refereeing standard in MLS is so disgustingly bad. But that's definitely not the reason why we lost. We played absolutely awful. I mean, after going down 2-0 to give up another one and not even show glimpses of fighting back, we were just pretty poor. There was only 3 positives, in my opinion, and that came in the 56th minute in the form of Teemu Pukki making his debut, which was awesome to see. Ishmael Tajuri, who is also a new signing, played most recently in Cyprus, but also that was only for 6 months just to stay fit. It seemed like he needed to prove himself that he could stay healthy. He had a bad stint in New England where he did not play much due to injury. LAFC, he did fine, but New York City FC was outstanding for several seasons for them, I think. And he looked great when he came on. I thought that was a huge bright spot for making those two looked great. And then also Devin Paddleford, Maplewood kid, getting subbed on, and then also making the only goal that we scored of the night, or scoring the only goal, not making, with the assist from Asani Dawson off a Ishmael Tajuri corner. But yeah, it was not ideal game, losing 4-1, because obviously the score late one in the 95th minute just put the pressure on us. We did sub on Coleman for Dabasi late, and I think that was just Dabasi hasn't gone a full 90 for a while. Game's out of hand anyway. And then our goal comes in the 85th minute, but it was just overall such a poor game. No one really played good. My man of the match is going to be Battleford, making his only goal and his first career goal in that Major League Soccer. So, and our first homegrown kid to ever score, coming through our homegrown system. So that's one of the bright spots. But in a very, very dark day, it was very hard to look at the bright spots. But yeah, it's not like we're running out of time. It's July. I know there's a lot more games left, but if we're not picking up points now, when are we? And yeah, so yeah, that keeps us in 11th place. Unfortunately, we have an away game at Houston, but fingers crossed that the USA beats Canada tomorrow. It'd be nice to have St. Clair back, as well as Kamar Lawrence for Jamaica. It'd be nice to get those guys back as soon as possible. Yeah. Also, Ethan Finley making his comeback to Allianz Field. Yeah. Just kind of the highlights of the game, which were pretty low, unfortunately. Yeah. Just, we go again on Wednesday. We'll see what happens there, but we need to start picking up points. I know anyone can really make the playoffs, but I'm tired of getting our ass kicked at home when we just shouldn't be. So I think that's it for me. I'm going to do the player ratings, wrap it up. Overall, very poor game. Like I said, man of the match, Paddleford. Even though Ray did some Ray things today, but just couldn't get on the score sheet. Paddleford's going to be a man of the match with a 7. Reynoso, a 6. Yeah, a 7. I'm going to give him a 7 because, he was, Bongi, a 2. Garcia, Bongi, a 3. Garcia, a 2. Joseph, a 3. Will Trapp, a 6. Hassani Dotson, a 5. Valentine, a 5. Tapias, a 5. Dabasi, a 3. DJ Taylor, a 6.5. Irwin, a 2 or a 3, and Irwin, 2 actually. Give him 4 goals. So Ishmael Tashiri, a 6. Paddleford, like I said, man of the match, 7. Timu Puki, 6. Brett Coleman, a 6 as well. Yeah. That's it for me, guys. Thanks for tuning in. But as always, come on, you loons. Hopefully we start picking up some points this weekend, and then we got the leagues or LAFC at home next week. So a couple MLS games left before the Leagues Cup break. So we got to pick up some points here. It'd be nice to at least get 4 to 6 points. But yeah, it's going to be tough. So as always, come on, you loons, and thanks for tuning in.